fires in your eyes. Hear the fires in your eyes. Big dreams you can't achieve. 'Cause the fire's in your eyes. Hear the fires in your eyes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Three Stitches podcast. I am your host for this episode. This is episode 36. Goodness, I just lost my train of thought. That's terrible, being that we're only 20 seconds in. As I was saying, this is episode 76. I am your host. I am Lindsay in real life. I am Lindy on Plurk and Knitting Doink on Ravelry. So last week was a bit of an interesting episode just because my camera died, and so it was very, very short. So this episode may turn out to be a bit longer just because there's a few things that I kind of want to cover that I did last week. Alright, so good news is I've got batteries. I've got batteries. But that shouldn't happen for a rather long while, hopefully. Yeah, so, past 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago, a few cool things kind of happened to me. First of all, if you probably know from my past podcasts last semester that for extra credit, any student really can sign up to, be a participant in a research study, and I did a lot of them last semester. They were a lot of fun. I mean, for me, they're fun. I don't know why. Just my demented sense of self, I guess. But last week, I participated in one, and it was kind of cool because it was similar to one that they did on Mythbusters. In one of the Mythbusters, one of the myths, they were testing whether women can tolerate more pain than men. And I think they also tested it whether swearing helps relieve pain or not. And so what they did was they put your hand in ice water to see how long you could stand it. And so for this study, I have to apologize. My suite mate is next door, so that's what the random noises are behind me. Hopefully my roommate is still in class. I can never remember what time she has class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I think these are her busy days, so we shouldn't see her. That being said, you never know what professors are going to do. But back to topic. So in this one, they're testing basically my heat and my cold tolerance. So the heat I had done before, where they strap basically this black box, so right here on your forearm, and it'll just heat up until you can't stand it, and you press a button and it'll cool down. And you do that 3 times. And I had done that before, and I can stand a good amount of heat. But then the one I hadn't done before is where they put my hand in I think 5 degrees Celsius water, which was really, really cold. But then again, that is the point. So put my hand in the water, and it's kind of weird because you've felt cold before, but for me it was kind of cool, feeling all the different stages of cold. When I took my hand out, my whole hand was really, really red and numb. I couldn't move my hand. It's kind of cool. In a weird, demented sort of way. That was really cool, and I could keep my hand in the water for a good 2 minutes at least, which was longer than I thought. It really was. So that was that. Another bit of news. Again, when I went grocery shopping, I got some tea because yesterday I got my tea kettle, which I've been so waiting for it. I mean, you guys on Plurk saw that I've just been really, really waiting for this tea kettle because I have been craving tea you wouldn't believe. So last night I had some nice herbal lemon tea, and it was like heaven in a glass. Really was. Yes, I'm so excited for that. The only downside to it is, I guess it's The good thing is that the cord is detachable for easy pouring, which really turns out well because the cord is about this long, which means I can't plug it into the wall and put it on something. So I have to like boil water, have it resting on the floor. So it's a good thing it boils really fast, and a good thing the cord is detachable, so I don't have to keep my tea kettle on the floor. You guys can probably see it's behind me, but yeah, that's the problem with this room, is that you guys get to see all the clutter behind me, because our room is rather long and also rather wide for a dorm room. I think it's the biggest room on the floor, which is so nice. Yeah, it's been a lot of yakking. Well, I should probably get on to knitting. And guess what? I just started another row on this. Woo! I know, so bad. But this is my Sylvine cardigan. It is being done in the aubergine colorway of the I Love This yarn. Totally utterly acrylic! Yeah. Because, as I've said before, I'm a college student, and so I can't wash wool sweaters. It just doesn't work out for any of us. Alright, so here is the lace on top. So pretty. I'm really loving it. Well, the lace is done. But, that's the sleeve. I haven't gotten much done because I've had, well, today I just took 2 exams. On Monday I had a quiz in my cognitive psych class, and then next Monday, I'm recording this on Thursday afternoon, so that's in like 3 days. Yes, in 3 days I will have another exam, and then the week after that I have 3 exams, so it's just been really crazy. And I'm not going to get much knitting done, but I still will get some knitting done because I will not be fit to be seen. I will be a complete basket case. So I got maybe like 1 or 2 decreases done, and I'm just about to do about the 3 inches of straight before I start increasing again. So I think I'm about halfway with the body. Yeah, I would say about halfway with the body. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So that's how long it is so far. I know. I'm really setting the world alight with my progress on this sweater. But yeah, as you can see, it has gotten very frosty in here, so it will go to use. It's freezing in here, like usual. Okay, so that is the Sylvine cardigan. I don't have a place to put it. Like usually if I don't want to shove it in my bag, I'll shove it exactly where the camera is, because that will be behind my computer. So it'll just have to chill right here. And I've only been working on 2 projects. I haven't touched Gale in a long time, just because I haven't had the brain cells for it. I really haven't. But my Eiffel Tower shawl. It is, well, the skein starting to really get some usage on it, so now it's squishy. Very squishy. Alright, so again, I'm in the middle of a row. Bad Lindsay. I just finished the eyelet lace section. I have got another purl row, another knit row, another purl row, and then I will do some more of the lace. That is this lace right here, the lattice lace, which is a lot of fun to do. Although I think it might be a killer on this section because I just doubled my stitches and the purl rows have a pattern too. So I may be ready to throw it at the end, but we'll see. So yeah, I didn't get much done, but not from a lack of trying. I mean, I did have time in class to work on it, except the rows are just so long. But I'm lucky if I get 1 row done. It's insane. But oh well, right? What can I do? Also, the professor like, no, just come late, just delay lecture. I want to get some knitting done, I'm sure they just love for me to do that. But what was nice today was that I did get a nice welcome break after, well, today basically what I had was I had my French exam at 8:30, which went much better than I had expected. But I had my French exam, and then when I got out, I had about an hour until my next class. And I really didn't want to go all the way to my dorm and then all the way back to class. I felt very, very lazy. And so I was just like, hey, the satellite's near me, and so, I guess I'll go on a date to Starbucks. So I did. I had a nice coffee. The one problem with it was because I got the white chocolate mocha. It was really good, except for like the last two swallows when some of the syrup hadn't like dissolved into the coffee. The last two sips were like really, really sweet. Like I think my eyeballs popped out of my head. But at least I was nice and alert for my next class, right? But yeah, so that was nice. It was a nice welcome break because all I had was my knitting and coffee. Lovely. I just got to sit there. I didn't have to worry about anything. I didn't have to do anything. And then after class, then I had to do the last like cramming before my other exam in Problems of Normal Life, which was wonderful. Right. So, my little anecdote for the week. It was 2 nights ago. Actually, it was more like yesterday morning, because you have to keep in mind this is 2 in the morning, and my roommate is still up. And apparently, unbeknownst to me, her boyfriend was there too. So that was one of the that was like a detail that I got like when I woke up. But like 2 in the morning, and I had been dreaming because I remember like not bits and pieces. I just remember like kind of the feeling I woke up with. But it's 2 in the morning, and I wake up, and immediately, like, you know when you like wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, I'm awake. It's 2 a.m. Roll over, go back to sleep. You know, you have that like mindset, but I didn't this time. I mean, partly because my roommate's lamp is very bright, so I mean, it felt like there was an overhead light on. So 2 o'clock, I wake up, and I immediately like throw off the covers and get up. So it's not like I'm sleepwalking because I'm consciously awake. And I just remember like in that like sleepy daze, like walking across the room. I had to tell my roommate that the flowers weren't coming. That something happened, and we weren't able to get them. Like so was running late, or like couldn't get something about. I had to tell her that we couldn't get the flowers. Don't ask me what that all was about. That's all I remember. And I know I wasn't making sense, because I remember like standing there in front of her going, I just have to tell you that the flowers, and she's just got this like weird look on her face, like what the heck is she raving about? And so I'm like, never mind. Never mind. I just go back to bed and fall straight back asleep again. And because in the middle of it, I'm just like, oh bugger, I was dreaming. I look like a moron. So I went back to sleep. It's fine. Next morning I get up, and my roommate gets up really late. So I got back from class, and she was like, hey, did you wake up in the middle of the night? I'm like, yeah, I did. Sorry about that. And she could have sworn I was like sleepwalking or something. She had no clue what was going on. So I totally alienated my roommate this week. Kind of funny looking back on it, but kind of mortifying. But yeah, not one of my brighter moments. But what can you do? I'll have to blame it on the fact that I was half asleep still. But yeah. But my comeback for that is, why were you still up at 2 in the morning? But that's really not much of a comeback, because there have been times when she's gone to bed 10 minutes before I've gotten up. And so, yeah. I can't do that. I don't know how she does, but I can't. Yeah, it feels kind of short. But, oh, and there's another little side note. This format is feeling very weird today. Very weird. Must be because my brain's shot because of 2 exams. It definitely could be. But like another one of like the total pick-me-ups of today was that in Introduction to Marriage and Families, in class we were talking about one of the roles of the family is to provide emotional support, and so we are going into depth on that, because we have lectures on Tuesdays, and then we have like a breakout session on Thursdays. So about 1/5 of the class meets with the TA, and we do assignments and we work on review questions. A lot of like hold your hand and guide you through the class kind of stuff. Very, very freshman-y, but it's not bad because my TA rocks. If my TA, Miss Morgan, is watching, I love breakout classes, the breakout sessions. But that's what I was going on about. I totally lost my train of thought there. But what was really cool was to show, basically to like not demonstrate, but kind of illustrate like emotional support. We watched a clip of The Big Bang Theory, which is a lot of fun. It really was. Because it's always nice to kind of get a bit of comedy in the middle of the day. And I think the clip was from like the first episode that I think my mom and dad saw. It was with Mrs. Hofstadter, Leonard's mom, who is, the female Sheldon. And then with like Leonard when he's making tea and they're just kind of like chatting. It was a total pick-me-up because there were a lot of people in the room that hadn't seen it before, and there was kind of giving that like, huh, kind of look. And there was like 3/4 of the class that were just like laughing because we've seen the show before. Yeah, that didn't come out half as funny as it was, but it was really nice. That sounds incredibly lame. I definitely need some sleep. Alright, so as my last little note here, the music you heard at the beginning of this is actually by, I guess you could call her indie. She is actually now an actor, but her name is Polly Perrette, and she had a girl group in the 90s, I want to say. And I mean, only had one album, but I love it. I really do. But the lady, Polly Perrette, she is one of my favorite characters on one of my favorite television shows, NCIS. She's the forensic scientist, very quirky, reminds me a lot of myself. Very, very cool. And so yeah, I mean, I love the song. I really do, and I mean, I love her too, so it kind of works out. But it was kind of one of those moments where I was listening to music right before my exam, and I'm like, bleh. It was like one of those times where like you put in your earphones and you're just like, dude, the song totally speaks to me, like right now, like your Windows Media Player or whatever just like spits out the song. You're like, wow, this totally fits. The same thing happened finals week of last semester. Like, I mean, I had heard this song a million times, at least. A million times in my childhood, because we drove my mom nuts. But, song comes on, I'm just like, I feel so much better. I can do this kind of thing. The song was Up. Absolutely adore that song. I mean, is it childish? Yes. Is it bubblegum pop? Yes. Is it Hanson? Yes. But I love it. Totally makes my day anytime I hear it. So it totally just like sets my day right, which is sometimes it's just what you need. Yeah. So that is all from me. Again, I apologize for this because this episode just for some reason feels very, very weird. Just very weird. I can't put my finger on it. Alright, well, on that note, I will sign off. So, before I do, we currently are running a Preemie Blanket Drive. So, tap onto our Ravelry group. Just search for 3 Stitches Podcast and you'll find us. So, join the group, leave a star rating, knit a Preemie blanket. And then until next week, bye.